At Wendy's, you can get
an English muffin and seasoned potatoes for just $3.
with a light and fluffy toasted muffin.
And crispy potatoes, love.
Is this my breakfast?
Yes, yes it is.
She bought it.
Grab a proper $3 Wendy's breakfast for a limited time.
You're watching Komo News.
Utility crews are making progress, but thousands are still without power this morning. How local leaders are pledging to help store owners who've lost nearly a week of business.
The Sounders now heading to the Western Conference Finals after taking down one of their top rivals. We'll show you the highlights and what the players are saying after their big win.
A holiday tradition has returned to Seattle, the good cause they're donating to whenever you make a purchase.
Well, good Sunday morning to all of you. I'm meteorologist Stella Sun.
And I'm Lee Stoll. Much calmer this weekend than what we were heading into at this time last week. So that's kind of nice for the holiday week coming up.
Yeah, we can kind of take it easy as we move along through the rest of your Thanksgiving week. Right now, giving that live look over Seattle with the UW Tower cam. You can see conditions are dry, but over the next 15 minutes, we are expecting this batch of rain to be working its way towards the Seattle metro area. You can see it's impacting our friends towards the Kitsap Peninsula. If you live in Belfair, Grapeview, you can see Bremerton, Silverdale, all getting in on some of that rain. Paulsville, you'll start to see showers here in the next 15 minutes. Also dealing with some scattered shower activity over towards Everett, if you're in North Marysville as well. And there's also some snow falling over in the Cascades and the Olympic Mountains. Some temperature check right now as we get you moving along for your Sunday. We'll hang out in the mid-40s with off and on showers. I've got some good news if you're looking forward to some sunshine. Well, we've got some in the forecast. We'll cover all of that coming up. But first, this morning, we are trying to get more information about this crash on southbound I-5 in Seattle. This is washed-out video of the scene around 3:30, just north of the Boeing Access Road. We know that 3 right lanes were blocked. It's not clear how many cars were involved in the wreck or if anyone was hurt. We'll bring you an update as soon as we get more info.
It is now day 6 without electricity for thousands of families and business owners after last week's bomb cyclone took down power lines across western Washington. Local leaders are telling us they are working to help stores clean up the damage and recover now from the financial blow of long-term closures. Komo's Paul Rivera has more.
The damage all around, still apparent and still significant. Days after the bomb cyclone, it is a reminder that this will take a while.
Just see where we're at.
Inside Levitate Gastro Pub on Front Street in Issaquah, the lights had just come back on when we interviewed owner Eric Pascal. He was checking to see at what level he could open the place back up.
Group text to all of my staff. I was able to get a couple of our team members in right away. We started cleaning.
Eric says this has been hard for business owners in town and on the employees.
I've already projected that we will be below target this year because we've lost a busy week traditionally, just the impacts on my team members. You know, that's the thing that is kind of front and center of my mind.
This is a setup I have for one of my classes.
Next door, Roberta Fuhr, owner of Experience Tea, told us this is a relief.
I was working in the dark in there, and then the lights came on and it was just like glorious.
However, through the dark, you can see many spots in Issaquah still have yet to be reconnected. City officials said the mayor and the economic development team have been working to connect businesses with existing resources like loan programs, saying that shopping local will be even more important now.
We really appreciate everybody coming down and shopping local.
I have some people that just want to be out of their house and get some real food and, be in a warm building. Gotta tell you, the moment I walked in here, it felt pretty awesome. So that's just, 4 days in a cold house.
Paul Rivera, Komo News.
Always a good idea to support local. City officials say businesses should keep track of expenses and losses by saving the receipts and logging those losses. They also recommend reviewing business insurance policies for any potential financial reimbursement.
Utility crews have made significant progress restoring power outages in the last 24 hours. Puget Sound Energy says they have about 31,000 outages left to fix. That's down from more than 86,000 at this time yesterday. For Snohomish PUD, they're down to about 5,000 outages, and Seattle City Light has only about 250 power outages left to go.
Komo News got an up-close look at the damage throughout our community as a part of a ride-along with Puget Sound Energy. More than 160 PSC crews are fanned out working to help customers through these outages. They tell us they were prepared for the storm and stocked up on equipment, but the wind was so intense they had to pull people out of the field for their own safety.
I mean, some really scary near misses with trees coming down around our crews. And so we did have despite that preparation, we had a period of time where we had to be, for safety reasons, we had to be out of the field.
PSC says about 75% of their customers were impacted by these outages.
We have seen incredible resilience following the storm and neighbors helping neighbors. Komo's Karina Vargas caught up with a good Samaritan in Sammamish who was helping people when they needed the most.
Many areas are still left in the dark, including in Sammamish. On top of that, residents also dealing with the destruction the windstorm left behind, like this tree that blocked the front of Pauline Eck's home.
I'm a low-income senior. We've lived here for 45 years. We've always done all of our yard work ourselves, but this is monumental.
Pauline tells me she hasn't been able to leave her home for days. Robert Greaves, who owns a construction business, has made it his mission to help people like Pauline clean up the aftermath.
During the week, I started compiling up stuff like chainsaws and generators and some supplies and fuel tanks so that way we could come up with a way to bring that out to the community.
Robert said he got a group of volunteers to go out into the neighborhoods and provide services like cutting trees and picking up debris for free.
It bugs me when you see something like this happen and then everybody just starts charging whatever the going rate is. I mean, people have holes in their roof and water, it's raining outside, so water is going into their house. And so they're willing to pay.
Robert says it's not fair for people like Pauline who can't afford it. Pauline tells me she's grateful for the help, especially after her husband recently died and going through the storm all alone.
Everybody has been so wonderful. The neighbors have been wonderful. These guys coming out to help me get out is such a gift.
Puget Sound Energy has also been working around the clock trying to help residents get their power back and removing debris. Robert says they're not doing this because of a lack of effort from Puget Sound. For him, it's just about wanting to give back to the community. In Sammamish, Karina Vargas, Komo News.
Those are some great communities out there. Well, the massive power outages across King County have sent many people scrambling for a place to get warm and also to log on.
Komo's Theron Zahn shows us how King County libraries have become critical spaces.
The bomb cyclone that knocked out power for hundreds of thousands of people across western Washington was a chance for the King County library system to step up. The libraries that have power acting as shelters.
We've had people coming in to access space that's warm, Wi-Fi, internet.
Whole families are showing up to get out of the cold and reconnect with the world.
We really appreciate it, and I was very impressed that there are so many outlets in the library.
The King County Library System says in just a matter of days, thousands of people use their libraries that have power. The library system says it did have to close a couple of locations because of power outages and trees down in parking lots.
We've seen about 135% increase just in our internet usage. So that gives a good indication of the number of people who are coming to our libraries to access things like the internet because they don't have that at home.
You can feel a sense of camaraderie. And we kind of know that, okay, everyone is here because of the power outage situation. And it's just really pleasant to be amongst people.
Toughing out the aftermath of an historic storm. Theron Zahn, Komo News.
The Sounders are off to the MLS Western Conference Finals after taking down the top team in the playoffs yesterday. And boy, they did it in dramatic fashion. They're going to take on either Minnesota or the LA Galaxy. If they win that match, they will play for the MLS Championship. And I want to give you a live look at Lumen Field right now, where in just a few hours, the Seahawks will host the Arizona Cardinals in a battle for first place in the division. Komo Sports Director Nico Tamurian will have much more on this matchup coming up in about 15 minutes.
And now to give you a live look from our tower camera at the Tulalip Resort Casino, where it is beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Their lights and ice display just went up overnight at the Tulalip Amphitheater. We got a beautiful look of the lights from the ground and the air thanks to the Komo 4 drone. For the first time, the amphitheater hosted a lighting ceremony for the event, and the lights will be on display now through January 12th.
So nice because you can see them from I-5 too. Seattle is also in the Christmas spirit. The Festival of Trees is now underway at the Seattle Fairmont Hotel on University Street. The festival offers a collection of beautiful and elaborate Christmas trees and raises money for a good cause. Proceeds go to Seattle Children's Hospital.
It's always been close to my heart, and it's a way that I can give back, maybe in a way that not everybody can do.
The trees will be on display at the hotel until December 2nd. Well, that gets you into a festive spirit. And it's okay. We can skip Thanksgiving and go straight to Christmas. With everything we've been through over the last couple of weeks, if you want to put up your holiday lights, it seems like even the weather is going to cooperate for you to get outside and do some things.
Yes, we just have to get through today and tomorrow. We've got some off and on shower activity, but as we look ahead towards the Thanksgiving holiday and the Thanksgiving weekend, we should be seeing a lot more sunshine and dry time.
Sunset, that's early.
I know, 4:24. So if you're headed out to the Seahawks game, as the game is wrapping up with hopefully a Seahawks win, that is when we're going to start to see the sun set. So hit and miss showers today with some dry time mixed in there with some snow in the mountains. Giving that live look right now towards Tacoma Narrows Bridge, where you will be waking up to some wet roadways. Temperatures mostly in the low 40s, 40 degrees though if you're over towards Olympia, and 41 for our friends in the Bellingham area. There is your Seahawks forecast pregame. You can expect some isolated spotty showers, and during the game it'll stay mostly cloudy, but there could be a stray shower or two. And then yeah, that sunset, it is early. So taking a look at that big picture, we still have an area of low pressure, so that is spitting some showers our way, spinning up and spitting showers our way, I should say, rather, and that's going to linger around for the next couple of days. Doppler radar right now where you can see where that rain activity is impacting the Kitsap Peninsula, portions of Tacoma. We're also seeing that snow towards the Cascades this morning, and we continue to deal with all of that excessive rain. And if you're over towards Mason County, the Skokomish River hit flood stage. We're expecting that to crest at 16.8 feet later this morning with the additional rainfall that we are tracking for you. But as I mentioned earlier, we are expecting better weather. If you prefer sunshine, we'll give you a look at your Thanksgiving forecast and your Black Friday forecast coming up.
Yeah, perfect timing with everyone traveling for this week. So let's take a look at our Where in the World shot for today. Speaking of travel, oh gosh, okay, nope, that's vertigo. Not gonna happen.
Not a fan of.
What, would you do this?
Would do it.
You would?
I would do it. They would have to make it secure.
Oh my gosh. There's nothing underneath it. There are no pylons. That's, oh gosh.
But it's kind of like, have you been to the Capilano Suspension Bridge in Vancouver? It reminds me of that. This is, I don't think it's in Canada, but it's very similar type of thing where you just got a big drop off if you look down. So just don't look down.
Gosh, it reminds me of Peak to Peak if you've done that gondola from Blackcomb up at Whistler.
No,
and you have the if you have the glass bottom gondola, that is something, I've done that. I've been brave enough, but this, unless I have a parachute strapped to me, I don't know about this. But it looks like an area kind of similar to the vegetation we have around here. That looks like a lot of Christmas trees out there.
Yeah, I'm gonna guess. I want to say somewhere in Canada, but I feel like that's probably where it isn't going to be. So maybe the Northeast?
The Northeast.
Somewhere in the Northeast?
Yeah, I don't think we can do the not guesses. We can't say our guess is not Canada. Well, I might go maybe a little bit farther east. That I think, you know, it's rolling hills, so not necessarily mountainous, but you still have some, it looks like maybe some snow on the ground there. It looks like it's going to get pretty chilly. I would say maybe like Eastern Germany, maybe, or Austria. I'm going to say Eastern Germany. I'm going to go that direction. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Send us your guesses. Komo News Facebook page or the social media site X. Just use the hashtag Komo News when you do so. 8:13 right now. Coming up, a local restaurant is now closed because of a viral TikTok video about sushi. You might have heard about this one. What one customer claims he found in the food. WashDOT is warning you to get ready for more road closures next year, where they're planning to close lanes of I-5 and how long that work is going to last. 8:16 right now as we're giving you a live look up at Snoqualmie Pass here. We were saying how low the snow level is actually getting, that the runs aren't running just yet. We do have some hills that are open. Baker, Crystal, White Pass.
Yes.
I think they all are open, and we always say it's a bonus if you can get open by Thanksgiving. But this is a good sign for Snoqualmie.
Yeah, and Crystal is expecting more than a foot of snow over the next 48 hours. So that should be something to look forward to if that's your Thanksgiving weekend plans. We've got to look at your forecast and more sunshine on its way.
The Seattle King County Health Department is investigating claims made in a now viral TikTok post about a piece of sushi. The claim is centered around Fob Sushi, which has locations in Seattle and Bellevue. Those stores are now closed. Komo senior reporter Chris Daniels has more.
The signs only tell half the story. A busy restaurant with an excellent health record suddenly shuttered.
I don't think a lot of people think that FOB handled it the best.
But Tanner Clemens knows it is all because of what happened online.
And hey guys, we see it, we saw it.
It is this, a food review by TikTok influencer Keith Lee.
But this as a sashimi, is high, 8.5 out of 10.
The video, when slowed down by users, appears to show something moving in that sushi, with users speculating it could be a worm. Something Fob Sushi argued initially over the weekend was false, and that the movement observed in the fish may result from natural elasticity or the pressure of the chopsticks. Lee responded,
For the restaurant to post a statement and indicate that me holding the sushi or me holding the chopsticks a certain way is why the sushi moved, I personally don't agree with it. Because I've had sushi 1,000 times and I held sushi 1,000 different ways, and never once have I seen sushi behave in that way.
And that's what led the owners to reverse course on Monday, closing the doors indefinitely at their Seattle and Bellevue spots to investigate and prevent it from happening again. Seattle King County Public Health tells Komo News a food inspector attempted to perform an on-site review, but the business was closed, and it will follow up to make sure the restaurant is adhering to relevant food safety measures. Clemens argues the owners should have avoided blaming Lee for the unknown.
But that's one thing they probably shouldn't have done, absolutely.
As the old adage about any publicity being good publicity is now debatable. I'm Chris Daniels, Komo News.
We're now learning WashDOT is planning 9 months of lane reductions on I-5 in 2025, 2026, and 2027. It is a part of the ongoing Revive I-5 project. The state DOT says this phase of the project will rehabilitate southbound I-5 from State Route 520 to Denny Way. I-5 will be reduced to 2 lanes along that route through the majority of each year, with a notable break during June and July of 2026 because of the World Cup matches in Seattle.
Remember when 2025 sounded so far away that we thought we'd have flying cars by now and, robots in our house? Maybe we're getting close to that, but
now
it's around the corner. It's 2 months away.
It's
less than 2 months.
It's 6 weeks away.
And we've got a lot to get to before that.
Yes.
So Thanksgiving travel this week, always weather questionable.
Yes. I think if you're staying local, you should be good to go. Starting Tuesday, we'll start to see a lot of those rain showers. Scaling back, though, if you're going to be traveling maybe to California or to the Northeast, on the other side of the country, that's going to be a different tale. But let's start off by showing you this great holiday ship photo.
One of
We've got
my
the
favorites.
Argosy ships, yes.
Yep, the Argosy ships, yeah, they were.
Argosy, yeah.
We did that, we staged our wedding actually, time-wise, so everyone after the wedding could go see the Argosy ships.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
So there is a photo that we got in from Teresa, who sent that in. Just a beautiful sight. I mean, after all the power outages that a lot of people experience, it's nice to see some of those holiday lights. Temperatures out the door. You want to grab the extra layers and definitely the raincoat, because we're going to deal with some off and on showers, mostly in the low 40s this morning, 39 degrees though in Port Angeles. We are starting to see that rain sprawling out, impacting folks if you're in Burien, Des Moines, Seattle, seeing those passing showers through Federal Way. It looks like we're still seeing some dry time right now towards the Issaquah area. Kitsap Peninsula though, getting in on some of that rain action. Moving our way up north, that's where we're also seeing some of the isolated to scattered shower activity and continued snowfall over towards the Cascades. We do have a flood warning that remains in effect for Mason County towards the Skokomish River. They hit flood stage, and we're expecting that to crest at 16.8 feet later this morning. So you will be seeing some of those low-lying areas getting in on some of that flooding today. So off and on showers. We still have an area of low pressure that's off into the Pacific, and that's going to continue to spin out and give us some showers today and into tomorrow. But then by Tuesday afternoon, we're going to continue to see high pressure build, and that's going to be giving us some drier weather. Temperatures will stay pretty cool, but for the most part, we'll see a lot more sunshine. Walking you through that future cast, we're going to start to see a heavier batch of rain moving its way in late tonight and into the overnight hours. And by tomorrow morning, by 6 a.m., we're expecting some spotty shower activity throughout the I-5 corridor. By 11 a.m., you'll see some areas will remain dry, but then other areas will continue to get hit with some rain showers here or there. We're going to start to see the rain scale back Monday and into Tuesday, and this system off into the coast is not really much of a rainmaker, though we are going to get upwards of 0.4 of an inch of rain in Seattle, Everett, 0.5 inch into Komo, 0.4 towards the Bremerton area, and we're also going to see about 0.5 inch if you live in the state capital. Live look towards Crystal Mountain, where it is opening weekend, and they are going to pack on that powder, upwards of 1 foot of snow expected over the next couple of days. White Pass will get 8 inches. Stevens Pass will be getting 5. So if that is your Thanksgiving holiday plans, you should be having some fun times at the slopes. So off and on showers today and tomorrow. That mercury will hover in the mid to upper 50s, and then with that high pressure, yes, it's giving drier weather, but that also means we're going to be seeing the less cloud cover, which will make those temperatures drop. We will be flirting with freezing as we approach Saturday morning, as well as some morning fog will be possible. But it is some nicer weather compared to last week's bomb cyclone.
And look at that. Like if you're sending your sweetheart out saying, I forgot this at the store, I forgot this and this, you're not going to feel so bad sending them out into the rain or something terrible. The weather's going to be okay if you have to do those last minute errands.
Or like